Hey guys, this is Ali Kasir back with some knockout tips, your real estate champion. I want to talk about a few things that are some common mistakes and some of the aspects of real estate. Now, when it comes to the buying process, we went over some of those details. Now, I'm going to tell you what some of the most common mistakes that most agents allow their clients to let them do. Lowball offers, guys. Lowball offers are not going to work. Now, do you guys know what lowball offers are? We're talking about, hey, Ali, you know, I know they're asking for $500,000. Can we submit an offer at $475, $480, $490 and see if they respond to it? I mean, hey, we got to give it a shot. I'm going to go back to one of our prior videos about looking at comparables within a half-mile radius within the last 90 days. Now, I will always ask my clients, put yourself in the seller's shoes. If you received an offer that was a lowball offer, not at asking price, would you feel a little bit offended? Would you say, hey, I have a freaking immaculate home. I mean, I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this property. For somebody to come and just submit an offer, and again, there's no guarantee that we even get a response or an opportunity. So one of the things that I always advise my clients is to put their best foot forward. Always put your best foot forward. Any of you guys that have ever worked with me know I will always ask you after every single property we see, I will say, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you like this property? And 10 is you loving the property. And so then I'll start to break down, hey, Ali, you know what? It was a 6 or a 7. Okay, what did you not like about it? Oh, well, you know, the front yard wasn't too big. Hey, Mr. Buyer, remember when we talked about your must-haves? Yeah, I remember that. Now, I don't recall a big front yard being part of those must-haves. Now, let me ask you, what did you like about the property? And one important key thing that you have to do as a real estate agent is always write down what your clients are saying. It allows them to know that you're listening to them. And because we're dealing with so many people, it allows you the opportunity to go back and reflect and look at those notes again. So what typically I would tell my clients is, hey, remember when you told me you needed a big kitchen, you needed a big backyard, and you needed RV parking space? Now you're mentioning you need big rooms. So we need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what is most important for you. Remember, guys, there's a big difference between wants and must-haves. Now, when typing up an offer and sending off an offer off to a listing agent, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. The last thing I want when I receive an offer from an agent is having 10, 15, 20 different PDFs, and I'm over-exaggerating, obviously. But in some cases, I've opened up emails where I'm looking for the offer and I got about 6 or 7 different PDFs. I don't know which one is which. A key thing, and it says a lot about an agent, and I'm very glad that I learned this very early in my career. Send a nice one package offer. Without the agent having to ask, you send a nice offer sheet, giving the terms of the offer, price, FHA, conventional, whatever the case is, cash, what your contingency periods are and how long those contingency periods will be, and any kind of special terms. I'll give you an example: buyer to purchase as is condition, buyer to assume any kind of pre-sale responsibility, buyer to pay seller's closing costs. Hey, I'm just shooting from the hip here, okay, guys? Now, those are key things that you can do not only to stand out from the rest, but to ultimately get your offer accepted. And when that agent receives that one PDF, where it's included in a nice offer cover sheet, you got the pre-approval letter, you got the desktop underwriting, you got the FICO scores on there, you got the down payment, the proof of the down payment, and along with the purchase contract, hey, when that agent gets in, they're like, man, this guy's clean, he knows what he's doing. I like to work with somebody like this. I'm not gonna have to babysit him during our transaction. Another tip that I have for you guys, another knockout tip, I must say, making sure you verify account information. The last thing you ever want to do is wire off $10, $15, $20, $30,000 off to escrow, or at least you think is escrow, and you end up wiring it to the incorrect place. So once I send out that offer for you and we get the offer accepted, again, going back to my last video, we submit what's called the EMD, or earnest money deposit. It has to get to escrow some way, somehow, right? And there's a couple different ways we can do that. Escrow will send you over some information. You can send it via wire. You can send a cashier's check. Whatever works for you. But the one thing you always want to do is make sure you're verifying the information. Hey, and again, guys, if you like this information, you found it informative, please click the subscribe button. please click the like button and share it with somebody that you know that this information can be useful for, okay? And don't forget, guys, this is your real estate champion, Ali.